Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. If you guys are not aware, Clay is now available in a banner with the new event Claymore. So this event is going to feature Clay, the new character added to the Nikke list. Now, in case you guys are wondering, she is not going to be limited. Alright, so make sure you guys are aware of that. Now, for the bunch of you guys who are saving for limited characters, that is going to happen maybe later on. Maybe we'll have swimsuit characters coming in the next upcoming summer. So let's talk about Clay for a little bit and talk about whether or not it's going to be worth pulling for her. Now, she has a very big issue, and the biggest problem for Clay right now is going to come from her burst skill. Alright, so she has a burst skill that is 40 seconds. Now that means if you are using her, you're gonna need to bring one more burst 2 character. Alright, because you gotta always complete the chain, burst 1, burst 2, burst 3, or else you cannot full burst at all. And her being burst 2, 40 seconds is definitely going to handicap a lot of potential from her. Just in building a team, right, you are going to like handicap the potential of the damage that you can do generally. That means you are forced to bring one more burst 2. So overall, let's talk about what she does, because it's quite simple, quite straightforward. As you can see, she activates 60 normal attacks during full burst time, affects all allies, and then she does true damage increase by 6.45%, stacks up to 3 times and lasts for 6 seconds. Now, true damage sounds really good, but so far the two characters that have the ability to interact with true damage is going to be the Extra and Freema, right? Those two, you need to basically get their special gifts up, so those are going to be a while more. Now, you can see one more section of the skill 1. When attacking an enemy projectile, damage to that projectile is going to increase by 45%. This one is going to be cool. You are able to basically destroy the bullets coming through your way. That's like cool and all. But the skill 2, Wake Up, activates when entering bursts, affects all allies. So she needs to enter the burst to be able to benefit from this. You're going to be able to immune to 1 debuff. I thought this is pretty cool. Gives you debuff immunity. And only activates in Victorious Battle Cry status. One more ability right here. Everybody's attack is going to increase by 20% of the caster's attack. Now, Victorious Battle Cry, unfortunately, is going to be tied to this particular one. That means, basically, she only can do this during full burst. Alright, so every time you do full burst, only you can get the Victorious Battle Cry. And this 20% is tied to Victorious Battle Cry. That means it's going to be a full burst kind of thing, right? You're going to be able to burst your characters. Now, as for the burst skill, she increased true damage of everyone by 12%. As for herself, normal attacks deal true damage for 10 seconds. So true damage sounds really good, but you know, right now there's just not many characters that can benefit from it. Now, how strong is Clay overall? Alright, if we are to go to a testing range and show you guys. So let's try Clay out in the conventional team. So you can see we have Little, Clay, Red Hood, and then Scarlet Black Shadow and Crown. So I'm just going to put Crown there, and then I'm going to replace Clay with another 40 seconds. So we're going to compare her with some other 40 seconds burst character to hopefully give you guys like a better idea overall, so we get like a better perspective in how strong she is, right, compared to other 40 seconds burst 2. Alright, so we're going to finalize the damage right here and see. This is going to be me doing about 344 million. So this is going to be with Clay, as you can see. The boost is decent, but let's show you guys, like, let's say I just take her out in this same team with 2 pilgrims, or 3 rather, right? Now, I'll be swapping her out with Polly. Polly is going to be able to do something very similar. She's going to give buffs that will be able to enable attack percent as well on her burst skill. Hopefully, there's going to be something similar to Clay's skill 2, which is still tied to the burst skill, by the way. So let's have a look at the comparison after this. Alright, so as we can see, 363 compared to about 344. Alright, so let's screenshot this and then make a comparison, alright, between Polly and, in this case, Clay. Now, to give you guys a better idea what does Polly actually do, as you can see, she's going to be able to increase attack percent right here, and every 40 seconds, as you can see, quite similar, she will be able to boost everybody's attack by 44.55%. And also she gives shield. So as you can see, based upon the damage right here, alright, so Polly seems to be better overall. Now, attack percent is probably going to be better in this particular team because none of this team can utilize the true damage. But I'm mostly comparing this not with the true damage buff that Clay provides, but rather with the skill 2 from Clay, which is this particular one where her attack increased by 20% of caster's attack. Alright, this is going to affect everyone when you enter full burst, pretty much. Again, just to show you guys a comparison right here, if we compare the Little with Clay, seems to do a little bit more. Alright, and then Clay is doing more than Polly herself, alright, a little bit more. But when it comes to the pilgrims, the damage dealers, we got Red Hood here, who is doing significantly way more, alright, compared to when she is with Clay. And then we got Scarlet Black Shadow, which is also doing more than with Clay. Alright, and Crown as well. So you can see consistently across the board, Polly is, you know, just by far a better character. Now, what's the consensus here, right? So the truth is, I don't think Polly is top tier by any means. She's not even like one of the strongest character in the game. Her buffs are going to be pretty decent as a character, but it's just generally you don't really want to use a 40 seconds burst 2 character. I don't think Clay is going to be insanely strong either. I think the biggest issue is going to be how you want to set up your team formation right now. She's not a bad character overall, it's just setting it up going to be hard. You're going to need to rely on 2 burst 2 characters, and if you're going to bring another burst 2 like Crown anyways, you might as well just bring her alone and swap the third slot with the burst 3 instead. So therefore, team building is just going to be way harder for Clay. For new players, there's just no benefit for getting her generally. Now, what I'm very curious is her true damage right here, increased by 12.56%. Now, right now, as far as I know, the only character or the only damage dealer that can do true damage in the game is going to be Laplace. Now, it does seem like Clay is supposedly made to boost Laplace in a way. As you can see, Laplace Buster during her burst skill duration, she has this ability right here. She can deal final attack as true damage. So Laplace is one of the few characters in the game that can do such a thing. In that case, let's try Laplace. Mine is not fully powered up all the way with the Treasure update yet, but hopefully this is going to give you guys a rough idea because Laplace by default already have true damage on her burst skill. So let's go. Alright, so let's have a look. Remember, Laplace is going to be the highlight here because we are testing how much this can boost true damage overall, right? So let's have a look. So Laplace right here is 55 million. So I'm going to take out Clay again. We're going to put in Polly and then see the testing results afterwards. Okay, so I've been testing this multiple times now. This is at least my 4th or 5th try now. And I'm quite surprised that Laplace and Clay, not Laplace and Clay, Clay and Polly doesn't seem to give any damage increase. Again, I've been testing this multiple times now. I don't know what to say right now, but you can see the attention here is going to be mostly on Laplace. Alright, so this is Laplace, 55 million, with Clay, by the way, who's supposed to buff true damage. And then when I use Laplace with Polly the lolly, then Laplace is doing a little bit more. So again, super confusing right now. I feel like, sure, maybe this is how it works, right? Maybe it doesn't matter how much true damage is being buffed. It seems to be attack percent is just always going to be superior because Polly is buffing attack percent. So that's going to be my theory for now. I'm not too sure what's happening, but in testing, training room right now, that seems to be what is being shown based upon multiple sample size that I've done so far. Now, if you guys want to, feel free to test this as well. It seems like true damage buff doesn't seem to be that good. I don't know. I'm just drawing this based upon my conclusion. Now, also, if you manage to unlock Freema's, special item, as you can see, she's also going to have this true damage tied to her skill. Right here, you can see normal attack is going to deal true damage. In the skill 1, skill 2 as well, every ally is going to have the true damage improve by up to 49% or 50% rather. And then you can see she's all about the true damage. If you got Freema, Laplace, both of these characters fully stacked with the unique equipment or favorite item in this case, right? Then I can see a place for Clay in that particular team. But you gotta rely on another burst 2 still to be able to boost that further. And for the time being, I still think it's very niche. Overall, I don't think it's worth pulling for Clay. With the upcoming characters, perhaps we're gonna have a swimsuit limited characters coming really soon. So I would say wait for a little bit for the timing. And you know what? Wishlist her in the future because she will be added to the permanent standard wishlist banner. That's my advice generally. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of Clay. Are you guys pulling? If you guys are, let me know in the comment section below. And who are you guys looking forward to in the next upcoming summer event? As always, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.